Rodney, Holly, welcome to Jason Unleashed. How are you?
We are
We're
good.
great. How are you?
I am elated and ecstatic for multiple reasons. One, Holly, I've watched you on TV for years, from 21 Jump Street to Hanging with Mr. Cooper. And Rodney, what you and Holly have done with your philanthropy and who you are in the Black community, especially being such a loving and openly loving couple in Hollywood, is just awesome to see. So thank you too for being who you are to me and to my viewers.
Thank
Well,
you
thank you
so
for saying
much.
that. I
Very
appreciate that.
sweet.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We are back for a season two, friends, Queen's Court. And I have to say, the reason why this show is so compelling is sure, there are dating shows, but this show not only dives deep into what it takes to find your king and your queen, but you also share the backstories of trauma, healing, and the future of the women who are along on this journey. Holly, for you, how transformative has this been and being the host and being immersed in this experience?
Well, when they presented this to us, when Will Packer came to us and said, "Hey, you two are the only two people that could host this, and here are the reasons why," I was like, "Okay, he's kind of right." And the only reason why, the thing that really made me so excited was just that, yes, we've been together 31 years, and being able to share some of our secret sauce, which is, listening to each other, communicating, not being scared of therapy, all those types of things, I think were really valuable to the show. Rodney and I didn't want to be a part of a show where we just said, "Oh, today you're going on a date on a hot air balloon ride." We
Yeah.
wanted to really be involved in the journey. We wanted to be able to be open and honest and say, I wouldn't do that. And I wanted to convince the queens to be, to be less judgmental. Sometimes you're like, I need a man who's 6'1", he got to be this complexion, but
Mhm.
open your mind. Don't judge a book by its cover, and be open to the process.
Be open to the process. And the process is so layered because, as I said, I find the most compelling part of the show. I mean, in episode one of season two, bombshell, a bombshell
We
with,
didn't know that bombshell was going to happen. Like, we did not know. And so just
Mm.
being in there in that moment, you remember, Rodney, when
Yeah,
we
we were
saw that,
shocked as
we
well.
were like,
I
whoa,
know,
we started off like this. Wow.
and seeing the person who's involved with that. Of course, you have Lisa Ray. Obviously, she's a mainstay for the culture, but the person who reveals that bombshell and his vulnerability and his being able to just let go of something he had been carrying with him for years was just like, wow. Even I was brought to tears because you saw the pain, and also seeing a man be able to cry like that. And
Yeah.
especially in Rodney, let's talk about this because in the Black community, as Black men, we have been told your feelings don't matter, bro. You got to get up and get it done, and you don't have the time to be a human. Rodney, were you able to have conversations with some of the men off camera and really just get to know them differently before the camera started rolling?
You know what? That was the best part about it, is that I had 22 guys that I just met, but I was able to connect with them on so many different levels, and that being a part of it, sharing our story. It wasn't preachy or anything like that. We're not experts. We just lived our lives and been together for 30 years, and through that time, we've had our ups and downs. We've had our challenges, and I shared that with them. Told them that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to cry. It's okay to talk about your feelings. It's okay to go to therapy. All of those things, and they were really receptive to it, and I thought that was a cool part about it. And it shows up on camera, and I did some of those things off camera, as you mentioned.
Come on, Dr. Rodney. Come
Come,
on.
no, legit. Well, no, come on, Dr. Rodney and Holly, because watching you two together, relaxed, sure of yourselves. I mean, Holly, you talk about BQE, Big Queen Energy. You are emblematic of that, love bug. But it's seeing you two be so confident in your relationship that has allowed you to let this magic unfold for other people. I mean, Kay Michelle, London, Lisa Ray, they're looking at you, Holly and Rodney, as these guiding lights to relationships, and they're all women of different ages from different experiences. So that's also beautiful to see. Holly, how do you, as a Black woman, display Black excellence? How do you continue to be that person? Because you are that person.
Well, first of all, thank you. I would just say that I just feel like I have a great team of love around me.
Mhm.
Not just Rodney, but our adult children and just my friends, my friendships. Just over the years, we've just cultivated some really great people to be around. And even our couples friends who've been married, for the same amount of time as us. And so I think when we have people around us, they encourage you, they lift you, they want to see you win. And I think in the Black community, it's so important to want to see each of us win.
Yeah.
And we want to see the queens win. We want to see these kings win. I've known Lisa Ray, most of my adult life. I wanted to see her win. I was invested in her finding love. And so the connection that we made with the queens and the kings, and even with each other through this, because we were very invested in their happiness, was really fun. It was a really great journey. But thank you so much for saying that.
Of course. Rodney, what is it about Holly that makes you fall in love with her over and over and over again the past 31 years?
Oh, it's her. First of all, she's fierce. Look at her. She really is. It's her nonstop passion for life and trying to make the world a better place around her. And I say that because anybody that's interacted with her on a regular basis, meets her for the first time, or have known her for years, she talks about the other people lifting us up. She lifts other people up all the time. And she sacrifices, some of the things that she may want to do for other people, for our kids, for our foundation, how hard she works. We just had an event and a lot of times people have foundations and they're not hands-on. She is very hands-on. She's up to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Hands-on.
and doing those cares because she cares. Doesn't have to do it, but she cares. And every time I look at her and see how hard she works, and then also being a mother and being a wife, I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
You two are couples goals. I'm telling you. And anyone who knows you two has nothing but glowing things to say. I've been following Holly Rod, both of you, for years. And like I said earlier, it's just wonderful to see a couple in Hollywood that is Black, that has been able to rise above, be successful, and do really great work. Holly, when we watch this show, season 2 is bigger than ever. What do you want audiences to take away?
I want audiences to take away the fact that, have you healed yourself? Are you ready for love? If you're looking for love, have you done the work on yourself? Because you just can't really be receptive to a true love, a true loving partnership, unless you love yourself first. And that's very true. And so I think that's what I'd love for people to take away from Queen's Court season 2. And what do you think, Rodney?
No, I think you're right. I think that you will see, and people will have their own opinion of the queens because they've been in the public eye. And it's interesting to see the guys because they don't know who the queens are at first. And then when they do, you can see the looks on their faces and then like, okay,
the wheels turning.
How do I act? Am I going to be shy? What do I say? My ego, I don't know if I can handle it. And they don't know how to talk. So, navigating that through the process. But overall, to see the growth in the guys and also the queens and seeing them kind of grow along with each episode is kind of cool.
It is cool. Hell, this show's therapy for me. And I'm married and I'm happily married. And I'm still there like, yeah, am I healed? Holly, great point. Have you done the work on yourself? Have you healed yourself? Because in the words of the great RuPaul, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else, right?
Come on.
Absolutely.
Rodney, Holly, here's to an incredible season 2. You can stream Queen's Court on Peacock. Thank you two. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.